βρήκα το βίντεο να κάνουμε react. Αυτό είναι το 5 tips to be a pro in rivals. Είναι 11 λεπτά βίντεο, ωραία. Και θα το κάνουμε react μαζί με τους ακατάλληλους φίλους μου που θα μιλάνε από πίσω.
Κάποια μέρα.
Που θα μιλάνε πίσω όλη την ώρα.
Συνδεδεμένο.
Για άκυρα πράγματα. Anyways,
περίμενε να
If
σε
you
κάνω
play
πάρτι.
Rivals and you want to dominate every single one of your games, you're in the right place. Because in this video, I go over 5 tips ranging from how to pick the best loadout to improving your aim and movement. So whether you're new to the game or a sweaty tryhard, here are 5 tips you should know that will be the difference.
Πριν είπε το μεταξύ για ένα loadout και αυτό για aim. Το όπλο σου δεν είναι και τόσο σημαντικό για να έχεις καλό aim. Okay, εκτός άμα έξω κάνα bow. Βασικά ούτε καν. Όχι, δεν έχει σημασία αυτό.
Between winning and losing. Alright, tip number 1 is to pick a good loadout. Now obviously before you play any game in Rivals, you're first gonna need to pick weapons. So it's really important for you to pick good weapons to increase your chances of winning. So my default loadout, my go-to loadout is Assault Rifle, Exogun. Now I know Exogun is a paid item, but an alternative, a free-to-play item is Uzi. My melee weapon, I usually choose Katana. I sometimes
Katana main, άντε γεια.
switch to sight. My go-to gear is medkit. Medkit absolutely stomps every other gear. So if you don't have medkit, I recommend grenade or
Grenade Molotov. Αυτό πρώτη φορά το ακούω για το Rivals. Πολύ περίεργος αυτός. Είναι βασικά λίγο περίεργος. Okay, για το medkit είναι καλό. Πολύ φλόρικο. Αλλά καλό. Ό,τι είναι φλόρικο είναι καλό. Οπότε.
Molotov, but try and get medkit if you can. It's literally way better than every other gear. Yep, just to start off, this is my default loadout. Because if you have a bad loadout, then you already lost like half the battle. Like your guns are doo-doo. You can pick other guns, obviously.
Ναι, ντούντου.
You can pick stuff like sniper if it's like a long range map. For assault rifle, I usually use assault rifle on like arena. You can use shotgun.
Ναι, το sniper έφαγε nerf, okay. Έφαγε nerf, είδα το sniper. Δεν είναι τόσο καλό, το hitbox του είναι πολύ μικρότερο, είδα. Ή έχω Alzheimer's. Τέλος πάντων, είναι λιγότερο, είναι πιο μικρό το hitbox και δεν είναι και τόσο καλό πια το sniper και εγώ παίζω πιο πολύ AR, σαν αυτό είναι το GigaChad. Yeah. Το paintball gun που ήθελα να το πάρω, τώρα το έχουν κάνει λίγο αρκετά Είναι projectile έχω δει, αντί για hitscan, ό,τι να είναι δηλαδή. Και ο Ραφάελ Δαμασκοποπούλιος έχει κάνει full rage quit για το paintball. Δηλαδή έχει νευριάσει full, αλλά για... Ας συνεχίσουμε, πάμε να δούμε το βίντεο.
If it's like the back rooms or like a tight map, you can choose paintball gun if you want to spend Robux on it. But I think assault rifle is a bit better. You don't have to like copy exactly what I do, but I recommend choosing Exogun or Uzi. Just pick a good loadout. That's literally the first thing you do in game or before a match is you pick weapons. This is a very important tip. Tip number 2 is movement and how to have good movement. First thing I want to tell you guys to do is learn how to slide jump. So slide jumping is basically slide.
Ποιος δεν ξέρει το slide jumping. Καλά, για όσους δεν το ξέρουν, απλά δείτε το εδώ.
Like this and then jumping and just spamming it like this to like move faster. When you walk forward like this, it's really slow. So everyone just slide jumps to like move a bit faster. Move better, it's like harder to hit. So again, like do slide jump like this. Slide jumping is good. You need to learn how to slide jump just to like move everywhere, move faster, to juke bullets, shoot people, all that stuff. Slide jumping is like the basis of your movement and you need to learn how to do it. Another tip I want to give you about slide jumping, go to settings, go to your hotkeys and scroll down to slide. So the default should be empty. So when you first play the game and you didn't like mess with your settings yet, the slide should be empty. I'm gonna give you a life hack. So if you press this and then you click the shift button, now your slide will be your shift. Before you configure your settings, to slide jump you need to press C and then jump, and like it's kind of awkward for my hands, so I like to like configure it and put on shift. I just have to click shift with my
Ναι, είναι λίγο παλιό αυτό το βίντεο, γι' αυτό είναι έτσι το lobby by the way.
pinky and then I instantly slide. What else? Some other good movement tech and a really powerful way to move is to use scythe. As you may know, the scythe can like dash in a direction
Το
like that.
Scythe! Scythe τώρα. Το βάζω κάποιες φορές. Δεν είναι τόσο good.
It's really good in honestly any map because with your scythe, like you can be mid-fight, like I'm shooting someone, and you just dash up like this. A really good thing about the scythe is the cooldown is insanely fast. Like after I use it, you can see like the cooldown is like really fast, and you can use it again after like this. It's really good. So that's another movement tech. The chainsaw. The chainsaw is another good.
Το chainsaw είναι πάρα πολύ καλό. Δεν το έχω εγώ, το έχει ο Ραφαέλ, μου λέει ότι είναι πολύ καλό. Το χρησιμοποιεί πολλές φορές, βλέπω. κάνει πολύ damage, αλλά κανένας δεν το χρησιμοποιεί για damage, αλλήμον. Όλοι το χρησιμοποιούν για movement που είναι reasonable, εντάξει, μια χαρά.
Melee movement weapon to have. So again, you can hold right click on the chainsaw and you go super fast.
Ωραίο skin, by the way.
And why I put this in movement is because if there's a ramp in your map like the arena, you can chainsaw up here like this and then boom. You move like super fast. And again, with the chainsaw, you can run away really fast. You slide jump with it. Another movement technique is grenade jumping or nade jumping. And it's basically
Nade jumping το μεγάλο 26 ρε φίλε, σοβαρά τώρα. Υπάρχει το C4 ή αλλιώς safe. Σκάφε, πώς το λέγανε ρε. C4 το λέω εγώ φυσικά. Ποιος δεν το λέει C4. Ναι, το C4 είναι απλά μια πολύ καλύτερη επιλογή ρε φίλε. Γιατί να πάρεις grenade, αυτή την πορδί εδώ, γιατί να πάρεις grenade bro.
where you wait for your grenade to explode and then you slide jump like this and it kind of boosts you like that. I personally don't think it's that good because if you use grenade, you can't use medkit, use grenade. It takes up the gear spot. I would prefer
Γιατί όχι C4. Καλά τότε είχε βγει το C4 ή όχι. Για να μην το ανέφερε δεν νομίζω ότι βγήκε τότε. Πότε βγήκε το C4, καλά άστο.
medkit over grenade. Subspace trip mine. So you place a trip mine down.
Ναι, subspace είναι πολύ καλό, αλλά μπορεί να φας snipe. Ή μπορεί να κάνεις εσύ ένα snipe καλό. Είναι 50-50, ξέρω. Κάτι τέτοιο.
And you just slide jump over it. And then it flings you really high. And then, yeah,
Good
if
aim.
you want high ground, you can do that. Another good movement technique to have, jiggle peeking. Where you just click A and D on your keyboard to move left and right, right? And my opponent is like this yellow person.
Επιτέλους, ένα καλό tip ρε φίλε αυτό. Επιτέλους, ένα καλό tip. Αυτό είναι κυριολεκτικά σε όλα τα παιχνίδια αυτό το tip ρε. Σε όλα, δεν γίνεται να παίζει ένα FPS παιχνίδι και να μην δεις αυτό το tip. Να κάνεις A και D picking. Είναι basic αυτό, εντάξει, είναι absolute basic. Ας συνεχίσουμε.
You want to jiggle like this sometimes. Usually you don't want to be out in the open against especially good players because they're going to beam you, right? So you want to use the map to your advantage and you want to just jiggle like this. You won't really get punished for it because you're not out all the way and he won't shoot you, just jiggle really fast like this and now you know where they are. That's also a really good movement technique that I don't think many people talk about.
Λάκτα nuts.
Αδερφέ, τι λάκτα θα κάνουμε τώρα sponsor. Yo, base 44, get out! Get out, ρε φίλε.
Is jiggle peeking. So yeah, I think that's it for movement. I kind of yapped a lot there. I need water. Alright, tip number 3 is something called quick melee and quick
Ναι, κάνεις όντως πολύ γιαπ. Κοιτάξτε πλάκα.
utility. So what I mean by quick melee,
Λοιπόν, quick melee και quick utility είναι το absolute basic. Δεν μπορείς να γίνεις ένας καλός παίκτης χωρίς το quick melee και ability. Quick ability και utility, όχι ability, συγγνώμη. Χωρίς quick melee και quick πάλι ability πήγα να πω. Quick utility, ρε bro. Τι μπορείς να κάνεις καν, δηλαδή, ειδικά με το katana που τώρα το έχει. Καλά, και στο katana βοηθάει, ναι. Άμα έχει scythe, το μπέρδεψα λίγο, anyway. Άμα έχει scyther, bro, το χρειάζεται οπωσδήποτε το quick melee. Γιατί παίρνει 50 ώρες να το βγάλεις έξω και μετά να κάνεις το ability. Είναι και στο katana το ίδιο ακριβώς. So, να το χρησιμοποιείτε οπωσδήποτε έτσι. Καλά και στο C4 βοηθάει λίγο το quick utility, γιατί στα περισσότερα τα άλλα δεν είναι και το σημαντικό το quick utility, αλλά ναι.
you can see on the bottom right of my screen, you can see the quick melee is F, right? So if you click F, and let's just say I'm holding my gun, my katana, slices them. So it's a quick way to use your melee. So let's just say I'm fighting someone, he's 1 HP, I have no ammo. Quick melee. Why I put this as a tip is because when you're mid-fight, you can actually quick melee with the katana or scythe. I'm only gonna focus on the katana or scythe because those are the two main ones with quick meleeing. So let's just say I'm in a fight, mid-fight, and they're shooting me, right? You can actually quick melee and then right-click at the same, or right after to use your deflect ability on the katana. And there's no way they're gonna stop shooting you in time, and they're gonna deal damage to themselves. And this also works with the scythe. So again, the scythe ability, when you right click it, is you dash, right? So let's just say I'm shooting someone, bam 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 bam, I want to reposition
Αυτό ακριβώς που είπα πριν.
or I want to move somewhere else, boom, get the high ground. You can do that. Now, I'm gonna talk about quick.
Κάτσε. Υπάρχει αυτό το high ground technique στο Rivals. Όπως στο Fortnite, ξέρω. Το ήξερα. Okay. Πρώτη φορά το ακούω αυτό.
Utility. So let's say I'm fighting my opponent, right? And he damaged me and I want to heal. As you can see on the bottom right, quick utility is my G button. So I want to click my G button. Boom, insta heal while I hold out my gun. I healed.
Το insta heal με το medkit δεν είναι τόσο καλό, δίνει πολύ λίγο HP ρε bro. Απλά κάνει full healing, πήγαινε κρύψου κάπου και κάνει full heal.
And now I can continue fighting. And yeah, that's how you quick melee and quick utility. Alright, tip number 4 is reload. Now you may be wondering, Yekti, what can you tell me about reload? Reload, you just press R, right? You shoot, press R? Nah, listen to me, bro. Hear me out. So, there's actually a quicker way to reload. So let's just say I'm shooting and...
Να φανταστώ θα πει για αυτόν τον τρόπο που κάνω και εγώ και ο Ραφαέλ. Ξέρω εγώ, πυροβολάς, κάνεις reload και εκεί που είναι το τελευταίο το timer που έχει ένα ρολόι, αλλάζεις ένα άλλο όπλο και ξαναβάζεις το όπλο που έκανες reload. Για να είναι πιο
I
γρήγορα.
want to reload because I'm low on ammo. So the regular way is this, right? You want to wait like the whole reload animation like that, and then I can shoot again. But no. The better way to reload is I'm gonna shoot, right? I'm gonna reload, and once I'm halfway, boom, I can switch out like this. So
Αυτό ακριβώς. Αυτό ακριβώς. Πρέπει να το κάνεις αυτό, βοηθάει full.
I'm gonna shoot again. Shooting, reload. After the first animation, boom, re-equip your gun. And you don't have to like wait for the full reload time. And this is how you reload faster. Something else about reload, I'm just gonna put this in tip number 4, is when you're fighting people, and let's just say you run out of ammo, right? Sometimes you don't have to wait for your reload to finish. Sometimes you don't even want to reload. If I don't have any ammo, switch to your secondary gun, bro. This is why you have
Ναι. Εντάξει, bro, αυτό τώρα εντάξει, βασικό είναι ρε bro, αλλά ναι, πολλοί δεν το χρησιμοποιούν το secondary και χρησιμοποιούν μόνο το πρώτο για κάποιο λόγο. Οπότε πάρτε και ένα secondary, το.
secondary gun. Another tip related to reloading, you can hear when they reload. So if someone's reloading their gun, especially with a sniper, I'm like a nerd when they use snipers, so I actually count their sniper shots. I can hear they're reloading, and I know sniper only has 5 shots. So push people when they're reloading, because obviously you want to push when they have no ammo, because they can't shoot you, right? And usually the secondary weapon is like not as good as the primary. So push people when they're on reload, so if they're reloading you hear it, you can sometimes push them and you might catch them off guard. Tip number 5 is how to get good aim. Now, many people question how to improve your aim in Rivals, and that is to play the game as much as possible. If you play the game more, you're only gonna it's gonna make sense for you.
Ναι, η αλήθεια είναι ότι αν παίζεις πολύ, το οποιοδήποτε παιχνίδι, αν παίζεις πάρα πολύ και ενώ θες να κουιτάρεις, όχι να κουιτάρεις, να βγεις από το game, αλλά συνεχίζεις για να γίνεις και καλά καλύτερος, δεν γίνεσαι καλύτερος επειδή κουράζεσαι και είσαι κουρασμένος, δεν γίνεσαι καλύτερος, bro. Είναι bullshit advice αυτό.
To get better, right? If you play the game a lot, you're gonna get better. That's just common sense. If you worry about your streak or something, or you worry about losing your win rate, use an ult, bro. Just make an ult account and spam the global matchmaking 1v1. That's what I do. I literally spam 1v1s on an ult sometimes. Sometimes I do it on my main, but I made an ult just to spam 1v1s on, and that's how I stay like decent at the game, and this is how you improve. Now, I know people like grind streaks in public servers, they play against like noobs. Sometimes I do that, I will admit. I don't always play matchmaking. I will admit I sometimes go on public servers when I don't feel like trying and I want to like grind my streak or something. But if you want to actually get better at the game and get better aim, you want to spam matchmaking 1v1s. And I'm actually going to risk my streak and do that right now. So hopefully I don't play against like Thanos and I don't lose my streak, but we'll see. I'll try and implement all the tips I used into this 1v1. So I pick arena, so I can pick a good loadout. As you can hear, he has sniper before I even pick my loadout. I can counter him with katana.
Παδί.
I can counter him with katana. As you can hear, he has sniper. Pick arena, so I can pick a good implement all the tips I used into this 1v1. So I pick arena, so I can pick a good loadout. As you can hear, he has sniper before I even pick my loadout. I can counter him with katana.
Εντάξει, ρε bro, okay. Κατάλαβα, yeah. Ναι, είναι καλό στράτα, αλλά νομίζω δουλεύει μόνο στο arena και crossroads, ξέρω εγώ. Στο crossroads βοηθάει πολύ η ακοή στην αρχή για να καταλάβεις πού σπονάρουν. Και γενικά η ακοή βέβαια βοηθάει σε όλα τα FPS game, εντάξει.
Oh, my aim is dying right now. So again, you saw me quick utility there for a fast heal while I was holding my gun. So I'm gonna slide up here. Boom.
Ωραίο aim.
Watch. Boom. So again, you saw me katana him while like holding my gun out. That's quick meleeing.
Crossroads, low kick, trash. Τι έχει το Crossroads? Bro, go, τι λες?
You just click F and then you right click right after, slide jump. And yeah, this is how you win the game. Do the quick reload, like I don't even think it's like second nature to me now. Like I don't even realize when I do it. So let's say I reload, I'm click 2 and then 1 like this, and I already have my bullets.
Okay, άστο τώρα.
And aim. I think those are 5 really important tips that you guys should know to get good at the game. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, yeah.
Yep, κάντε subscribe όλοι. Τον Viecti. Credits σε αυτόν για το βίντεο, ok. Credits στον Viecti. Έτσι δεν το λένε. Viecti. Enjoy another Yap session. Bro, τι W description είναι αυτό, ρε. Του βάζω και ένα like, άντε. Κάνω και subscribe. Όλοι subscribe, bro. Credits στον Viecti για το βίντεο.